Hey, Sprugehirn? Is that German? Thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you. How can it be anything other than German? What does it mean? Sprugehirn. Sounds like something with horns. Am I way off? Well, I mean, I'm over here with a completely different name as well, so. Gehirn. Is that... Oh, okay, really? Is that brain? My German... We had some German in high school, but I had to... I never really... it never really caught on with me, let me put it like that. So I make an effort sometimes, but usually I just need to ask for a translation. Hey, antagonist. Welcome back. Happy to have you here. It's always fun to have someone to talk to while inking. So, how do you pronounce it? Sprugehirn? That sounds German, right? Sprugehirn. Anyway, I was gonna ask, like, did you come across, like, the stream, like, on Twitch just now, or have you been watching the stream for a while, and is this, like, your first time actually chatting, or... Ah, Mastodon. I love hearing where people come from. It's, I think it's something different every time. Like, sometimes it's people just, like, browsing on Twitch and seeing the stream pass by, or Blue Sky, or Mastodon. Nobody ever comes over from Twitter anymore, I think. Except for, like, the regulars. Okay. Well, let's not deal in absolutes here. I mean, I personally like Blue Sky. But it's probably also due to, like, more of my friends being on Blue Sky. More so than on Mastodon. Like, a lot of people got scared off by, like, Mastodon's way of, like, signing up with, like, the having to choose a server first and then being able to make an account, which confused a lot of people. So a lot of people just, like, went for Blue Sky. So I have, like, more conversations with, like, industry friends over there. Have you, like, met a lot of new people on Mastodon? Or is it mostly, like, your friends all going over to Macedon or starting there in the first place? Oh, sure, but I also meant like internet friends, because I don't really talk to my friends on social media either. My real life friends, we all like talk through just messaging or seeing each other in real life, but on social media I chat with like my internet friends. People I generally don't see in real life. Oh, is your internet personality really different from your real life personality? Oh, really? Well, as long as your internet personality is friendly, then I don't mind. That's a lot of art accounts. Is that like in a judgmental tone or no, or in an admiring tone? Who could be judgmental about art? Come on. You can't be judgmental about art. Oof. I started doing art in the woo. No. But yeah, I mean, in that sense, like it's true that I just like I drew as a kid and I never really stopped. Um, so like in a nutshell, my artistic journey is like drawing as a kid, and then I didn't really stop doing it in high school either. I had a bit of a lull, in like from like I'd say 15 to 18-ish when I like concentrated on school and getting good grades more than art. Though I always like kept doing some projects, but I stopped drawing a little more. And then I went to college for game design, but like mostly art. I never learned to program or and I always stayed away, like very far away from any game design subjects, as far as I could anyway. And then I got a job as an artist, basically. So yeah, my whole life has basically been doing art in one way or another. Like my first job was actually as kind of like a graphic designer, which I got fired from really quickly because I'm really bad at graphic design. Or I should say my contract didn't get renewed. Let me put it like that. I didn't get fired on the spot, like, oh my god, we hate you. But yeah, and then I did like a lot of storyboarding, and in college I did a lot of 3D work. So yeah, it's been mostly like art in one form or another. And then in 2019, I started freelancing, and that's when I started like also thinking about what do I want to specialize in, because I've been doing like, you know, I've been thinking about concept art or like storyboarding or what else is there? Well, 3D art, obviously. And I kind of like decided that illustration was really going to be, you know, the thing I wanted to focus on. So that's what I've been filling my portfolio with. And then I've been also, you know, doing this comic. And that's mostly because I started writing this comic in 2012. My first sketches for this comic are from 2012, so 11 years ago. And I started like working on the story and stuff, and in 2017, I finished the story, basically. And now I'm actually, you know, doing the comic because I think that's the way for me to get this story out there. Oh, that's new. Well, I mean, when did you stop being creative? So like when you started college and stuff? I mean, you can always start. I've always, especially like when I was working my full-time jobs, I definitely wasn't really working on personal projects. So there were times when I was like storyboarding at work, or I was doing a lot of 3D work at work, or even just, you know, in meetings for some reason for a lot of the time, and I wouldn't be drawing for weeks and weeks, just because I was, you know, busy with work, busy with life stuff, and didn't do anything on the side. So oh, right. So if things like cleared up, what would you like to start doing again? Is it like drawing or sculpting or I don't know. Anything else? Because it might be, it might be a nice outlet, to be honest. Like you're saying, Mastodon is your diary, so maybe you might enjoy writing as well, or use Mastodon as like a creative outlet. It's never too late, and I don't, skill as comparing it to others. I think it's only important when you're like trying to become a professional and when you're like doing it in a professional setting. If you're, doing it as a hobby, then who cares what you're doing, how you're doing it, as long as you're having fun. But yeah, I'm just gonna call you Gihirn, okay? I would definitely say like just do some doodles, like whenever you're on the couch, maybe watching TV or whatever, just like grab a pencil and some paper and start doodling and see if there's like anything fun that comes out. Yeah, I get it, because I also have like a really difficult time sometimes, staring at like a blank canvas. I don't really get inspired a lot anymore either. I definitely don't, I don't rely on inspiration. I just do a thing. And what I'm trying to say is, usually, work begets work, in the sense that like if you start doing, like if you're just drawing lines, even if you're like not, if you feel totally blocked and you just draw lines, or you're gonna be like, oh okay, I'm gonna like kind of draw a face, like I'm drawing an oval and then I'm drawing like two more ovals to try and make two eyes. That drawing might fail, but it gets rid of the blank canvas and it gets rid of that barricade if you just do it. So in that sense, I know it's easier said than done, but I would really, try to not put too much pressure on it and just like doodle. Make like, I don't know, fantasy creatures. Don't even think about like being anatomically correct or whatever. Just like, I would say like just start with this, like circle, eyes, make up stories maybe, make a nose and like maybe try and make a neck there. See how I draw? This is how I sketch. But then, you can try and like make some lines. See, here are like some arms maybe. And from that, like you can start refining later. Maybe create some hair first. That's what I always like to do. And then you're gonna like refine the face. And like all of this takes practice. But once, oh, that's really crooked. Once you do this more often, you'll develop a shorthand, and it'll, get easier. So yeah, see how it started? Like, hold on, I'll undo it so you can see how it started. It started with like this silly stuff. So that's why I'm saying, like, just draw like a couple circles and some lines. And then I'm sure can you imagine like something just appearing out of thin air, like, ah! What is this? But yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying I never wait for like inspiration, just because I rarely get inspired. I rarely feel like starting. It's just like when I've started and moved through that first difficult part of drawing, that things like get a lot easier. And I'm not even like talking about like the first 10 minutes. I'm more like talking about, there's like, I feel like with anything new that you start or anything that you're like trying to pick up again, there's like, especially when you're older, you know so much about like all the things that you don't know, that you're kind of like blocking yourself. Whereas like, you know, kids and younger people, they have the advantage that they have no idea what they don't know. So they just like try stuff, and then yeah, exactly. Antagonist, like you know what you want to draw, and then it's beyond your skill level, and then a lot of people get like frustrated with that, and it's not coming out like it, you know, like it was in your head. And well, that never happens for me either, but something comes out, and I kind of like it sometimes. But yeah, it's you know, being creative is definitely yeah. When I'm, you know, honestly, I mean, the bits that I don't particularly enjoy, like, I would love to be able to hire a flatter and a letterer for Netherrealms. Like, I do it all myself right now, but that's only because I just can't afford to like hire people for the project right now. But I would love to like put a call for art out there and just say like, hey people, I'm looking for a flatter for the comic. I will not accept any rate below $30 an hour. And then watch how everybody goes like, what, you mean above $30 an hour? Like, no, below. It has to be 30 plus. Oh, flats. Okay, so sorry. That's like job lingo coming in. A flatter, they do like the flat colors in comic pages. So like, I probably can show. I didn't delete those yet, did I? No, I don't think so. So it's like this. These are the flats. basically. And I feel like they're more a technical thing to do compared to like a creative thing. So yeah, I'd like to leave that to somebody else, so I can just get on with like all the other work that there is to be done for the comic. And the same goes for like lettering. I mean, I just told you I am not cut out to be a graphic designer. I don't enjoy doing it. Like I enjoy like looking at stuff and saying like, oh, this is pretty design or not pretty design, and I enjoy like art directing graphic design, but I don't enjoy doing it myself. So I'd rather leave like the lettering and stuff to someone else once I can. ASAP. Yeah, exactly. I definitely, I have like, yeah, I'd say I have the dialogue written for 90% of the story. Nah, let's say 50. 50% of the story. And then I think there's like some parts in there still that have like a basic descriptive version of what actually happens, but most of it's like really written out because I also had people proofread the story, so I had to make it like understandable for them. So yeah, most of it's kind of like written out, so I'd just be able to, the only thing I'd have to do is convert it into like a script, because right now actually I can show you. Hold on. Where is it gonna pop up? There it is. So like, this is basically how I've written, hold on, can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay. This is basically how I've written the script for now, which is kind of stream of consciousness, but there's, you know, dialogue in there. And then once I start doing the panel, like the actual pages, then I convert it to this kind of script where I go like per panel, per page, how do I want to divide it up? And after that, I start making the sketches. This is Scrivener. Can you? No, you can't. Hold on. There we go. Scrivener. It's been amazing for me to like organize my thoughts, because you can do a page per scene, and then like write a little summary for everything you want. Hold on, let me stick the pro up. Write a little summary and then like go in, I think. Go in. And then write the actual thing. But it gives like a really nice bird's eye view of your story as well. Because I started with like, you know, like the basic premise of a story. Hey, you think my first subscriber. Holy moly. I was just I was just talking about how I built like Netherrealms, the whole script. Hold on. Okay, so before I forget, so like every story is like 7 things. It's 7 steps. Like once upon a time, and every day until one day, and then until finally, and ever since that day. And that's basically how I wrote the story, and then like the first 7 story beats, and then I started to like flesh out the story based on that. So like the story's done. I just need the time to actually, draw it all. Hey, oh, thanks, antagonist. Hooray! Wait, oh, is this that thing where you get like a Prime or a subscription thing? With like every Prime subscription that you have? Anyway, yeah, so this is like the script. That's what it looks like on the back end. Nice. Yeah, I've heard Critical Role talk about it a lot. Well, thanks you guys for giving your subscription of the month to me. I appreciate it. Oh, don't worry. I don't do Twitch to like earn money. I don't know if you saw, but like I got a reminder from Twitch that I had to file my tax form or whatever with them before the end of the year. And I went to look at because they were like, yeah, because otherwise we can't pay you and whatever. So I went to look at like what I had earned this year. And since November last year, I had earned $1.62 for streaming for 11 months. So I'm not here for the dollar signs in my eyes. I know, right? Yeah, exactly. So that's why I kind of was like, well, Twitch, I haven't really been in a hurry to get that tax form filled out. Thank you very much. Because like $50 in the first place to get a payout, which means I would have to stream for like 25 years before I would be able to get my first payout from Twitch. 25 years of filling out the tax form in the hope that I'd be able to get my payout. That's hilarious. Anyway. I know, right? I just need to like not eat or live or have any expenses for 25 years. Anyway, how's it going? Yes, Ian? Any more minis you've been painting? By the way, if the music is sounding a bit weird today, there's like a thing happening where the music to me kind of sounds like a really badly mixed live version or something. I'm not sure why, because it sounded fine before, and I'm not sure what changed, but there we are. You finished your army! Holy, that's been pretty quick. When were we last? Well, okay, I took a break. You probably did a lot in the meantime. Paint a new army. Paint an army for your kids so they can get started right away. Did you have kids? Yes, you did, I think. Give him his own Duplo minis. Then again, painting Duplo might be less fun than painting your actual own minis. I got this a colleague had this D&D or this Kickstarter campaign for D&D for kids. So I'm really excited. I backed it, and I'm really excited to play it sometime to see what it's like. It's a super simplified version, so kids can just have fun playing some D&D without all the. Yeah, it's. Hold on. Let me see if I can. What's it called? Tiny. Hold on. Let me go to Kickstarter for a second. Doot. Little Game Masters. That's what it's called. I'm sure, the Kickstarter's over, but I'm sure that they'll have some kind of pre-order whatever online shop thing going soon. Oh, well, there we go. That's probably the same guy. So you already oh, you have the book. Well, there's a whole game system now, apparently. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Antagonist being afraid to paint something. Maybe maybe you can get a couple different minis just to practice on, and then once you're a little bit more confident, then you can paint your gifted Hero Forge one. Oh, that's so cool. So his stories have already been getting around. Oh, nice. Well, have fun, Antagonist. That's gonna be cool. I just started a gouache course this Sunday, actually. And it's just so exciting to try something new. All right, Good luck. Have fun. Don't start any fires. All right. See you guys later. Whoa. To when? To like an hour from now or like weeks from now? Days. Oh, okay. I always like getting the meetings over in the morning just because I can then just focus on my work for the rest of the day. If I have a meeting in the afternoon, I go like, is it time yet? Is it time yet? Is it time yet? Looking at the clock all the time. I mean, some jobs definitely have that. I don't think I'd mind if my job didn't. Does your job, like aside from meetings, does it involve like any really heavy duty concentration stuff? Because I feel like, if I'm just like doing some like crossing things off my to-do list, like answering some emails and updating some whatever, then I don't really mind that much. But if I do drawing work, like that deep work where I really have to sit down, and when I can like lose myself in my work, then I get really scared that I forget the time and like miss out on a meeting or something. Okay, what is this? I think I accidentally like activated something on Kofi. Coffee. I keep mispronouncing that thing. I think I activated something there that makes coffee like promote my coffee page. Oh, so do you like actually program the system? Or do you maintain, I don't know, external software? I have no idea what that job entails, to be honest. Except for being like, I'm not trying to demean your job in any way, but like the image I instantly get is like, yes, you can have a new password, I've reset it for you. But I imagine it's also like identifying security risks and stuff. Oh, I thought you were talking about my job for a second. That we don't know how each other's jobs work, which would make sense. I mean, isn't that just like all of us? We kind of like try to do the best we can, and we're never really sure if we're actually doing it right. You know, that almost sounds like data analytics, to be honest. For in terms of like reporting stuff. Gotta love system switching. It's a big trap of mine too, to be honest. Like, it's so like it's so easy for me to like fall into that trap of like shiny new software. It's like, oh, but this program has this feature, and that would be so handy for me. So maybe I can like switch my whole thing over to this. And then I try it, and then it's like, oh, but this is also a shiny new thing. I try to curb myself on that, but I'm not always successful. Man, if art doesn't work out for me in terms of like a job, then I am thinking about data analytics. I'm just not sure if I'd be able to like get into it. In terms of like, I didn't do the right profile in high school, so I'm not sure if I'd be able to like enroll in some training right away, or if I'd have to do like a master's in math or something. So does that not like take any programming if you're tweaking things? Oh, right. So they made it more what you see is what you get. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. for all. Oh, there we go. Endpoint privilege management. Wait, I'm just reading the name. And is it like emphasis on endpoint privilege, or is it emphasis on privilege management? You gotta love how like these systems, people naming these systems are like, well, focus is not the right word, so it needs to be privileged, because it's like we're prioritizing endpoints, so we're giving it a privileged position or something. How do these thought processes go? Elevated privileges on faculty and staff workstations. But then why isn't it called endpoint privilege management without the D? Because then you're managing privileges, right? Well, I mean, I won't, like, I'm not trying to like give you a hard time on it, but that makes more sense to me, honestly, in the sense that like the description you gave makes a lot more sense to me than my first thought on the name. Since I know privilege management is, or like setting privileges is a thing in IT management. I used to do that all the time when I was still like uploading comics to like DuckDuckGo and stuff. And what was it again? Like comics? I don't know, all those comic websites where you had to like upload comics through FTP, and then you had to like make sure that the folder settings were set right, because otherwise the system couldn't upload. Hey Yithian, welcome back. Wait, what? So what's endpoint? I get privileges. I have no idea what endpoint is. How do we get to this? We're talking about this because I asked what antagonist, if antagonist's job was mostly meetings or like like concentration work, like I don't know, programming or drawing or something that you have to like deep dive for. Okay, I have to go take a break. My computer's right. Hold on. I will read your explanation, but I'll take a break before my computer starts bothering me too much. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hold on, let me catch up. Who was supposed to do this project in late November, December? A year ago. Oh, okay, so it's, Wait, okay, so what is endpoint stuff? I think you're losing me there. Oh, okay. I love how so many things like make so much more sense when somebody explains like the thing once. Or I'm like, of course laptops and desktops are an endpoint because they are an endpoint. That makes so much sense now that you say it that way. Right, and normally you're more on like the system-wide stuff. I get it now. Wait, so why is Yathian saying that's better? Is a password vault type thing better? This stream is turning into like an IT lesson for me. No, don't worry. I don't mind. I like computers. Otherwise, I wouldn't be asking the questions. Okay, not a year. Okay, that makes more sense. Well, I mean, people moving ahead of schedule, that's a big change, right? From how things usually go. Yeah. I mean, if people want to talk something else, they gotta pipe up, man. You guys are the ones chatting, so you get to dictate what we talk about in chat right now. You're only 30 hours in. I think I've put in 150 hours at this point. I think. You're 30 hours. I think I wasn't even out of Act 1 with 30 hours. I think you might have a lot of fun replaying with like a different character, because you might come across like a lot of new things. Like I've been replaying. I haven't finished. Good job. You found the bitchy vampire. Have fun with him. But yeah, and so what was I saying? So I started like I haven't even finished like Baldur's Gate, or I mean Act 3. But I restarted playing with like a different tab. Just for funsies. Why? Because I said last time like I feel like I still missed some stuff because I couldn't like take all the characters with me all the time, so I wanted to like I wanted to try playing it again with different characters in the party. And then I noticed like even with like all my running around and like trying to make sure that I'd gotten everything in Act 1 before like moving on, I still missed stuff. And I got to do new stuff just because I was like playing with a different character. So yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised by that. $57 hours. My single player save is still in Act 1. Let's play it. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of content. Hold on, I'm pretty sure it's like 100, 130, 140 maybe. But yeah. Well, as far as I know, you won't find out for a long while. But yeah, I think there's definitely a story there. Where did you say you were? You just got to Act 2? You haven't finished Act 2. Yeah, that Ox is a character. I'm really wondering what's beyond that one. But I mean, there's like so much. I've been seeing more fan art of Shadowheart with like white hair. I'm like, damn. And sorry, I'm eating grapes. The annoying thing is, in my first playthrough, I lost Shadowheart. And in the second playthrough, I don't have her in the party. So I'm kind of like, crap, I'll have to do a third playthrough, maybe like as her, to get to know her story or something. Yeah, I know. There's so much to this game, like there's a lot. Oh no. Okay, well I'll do my best not to like spoil or anything. Wait, you were in like Act 1, right? I'm actually there's this one fan art I saw, and I was like, they were so vague about it that I wasn't sure if they were like saying that their Tav was so cool, or that the character they were drawing were an NPC that I hadn't met yet. So I'm kind of like, this looks like a really cool character. Will I get to meet them or no? I have no idea. And I kind of want to Google it, but I also don't want to Google it. Oh yeah, Underdark of Act 1. That's, man, you still have a ways to go. I mean, lucky you. I have like a couple games, like The Witcher 3. I wish I could play that for the first time again. I love that game so much. Oh right, you still have Cyberpunk. Yeah, that might be one that I need to try next. You haven't played Witcher yet? Oh man. I know. I think I've done 300 hours in Witcher. I think, off the top of my head, but I'm not totally sure. And I haven't even like done all the quests, and I'm not really a completionist, but oh, so you like dropped Witcher 2 and then didn't return to it anymore. I had that actually with Red Dead. Now that I think about it, did I say that before? I started playing Red Dead Redemption in, well, when did it come out? 2017 or something. So I started playing it. I got really fed up with it for some reason, because of, I don't know, I think there were like some clunky things in there, like there was no fast traveling or something, and I found that really freaking annoying. So I stopped playing it, and then like a year ago or something, I restarted the whole game. They patched some stuff, and then I like played through it and in one go and loved it. It's weird how that goes. Me? No, I'm definitely not a completionist. Well, let me put it like this. I am not as completionist as some other people I know. Because I also have a friend, and he has a wife, and she does everything. And I am not doing everything. Like, she does, like, she wants, like, every achievement, having everything at 100% and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I cannot be bothered at some point. I don't know when I've reached that point, because I do like to see everything. Hear me saying I'm not a completionist, and then I say these kinds of things. I hear myself talking, but anyway. Oh god, Horizon Zero Dawn, another game I love. I don't know how many hours I put into that one. I didn't keep track. Yeah, same. That's the thing. I love, getting everything of the story. That's why my husband didn't like Witcher at all, because he kind of like, he clicked through all the conversation in Witcher, where I'm like, but that's like half the fun, and like that's like a big part of the story, and how it influences like the game and how it goes. So you need to like read that stuff. And he's like, no, I don't wanna. So yeah, he's more like a what does he play? Counter-Strike, shooters, that kind of stuff. Not story-heavy games. Basically. I mean, we do like in stories. Maybe stories just bore him because he's also like the type who sees everything coming in stories. So like if we watch a movie together, he's like, oh, now that character is like gonna come into the scene and like save the day or whatever, and it's like I don't even think about it. Like I'm just experiencing the movie, and he goes like, oh, that's gonna happen, and then I'm like, what? And then it happens. So maybe he just gets like bored with all that kind of stuff just because he figures it out beforehand. I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of like, that's also why I liked Hades so much. It wasn't so much like the roguelite aspect of it or something. It was just like beautiful art, beautiful voice acting, and the story. So he tried to sell me on like another roguelite, and I was like, yeah, but it doesn't like, it's not as pretty, and it doesn't have like this cool story to it. And he was like, oh. Yeah, Friday night. Honestly, I think it would be easier to schedule like, I don't know, maybe like a Tuesday night movie night going a thing. Because then it's like, on Tuesday, nobody wants to like plan any parties or whatever. Because it's like the middle of the week. Oh, that's not even plannable stuff. I assumed it was like family get-togethers or whatever. Well, try it on Tuesdays. Maybe Tuesdays aren't cursed. Yeah. I mean like I don't really like believe in destiny and that kind of stuff, but when that kind of stuff starts happening, then it's hard to not believe in it. Maybe you can just like start watching movies on Friday. And then, you know that thing that people do where they kind of like walk by and they look and then they stop and just stand there just because they want to watch something, but then they forget that they're watching. And then all of a sudden you're like, do you want to sit down? And just sit here and watch this movie with me? Maybe you could try that. Yeah, exactly. Downton Abbey. I can't imagine. It's such an attention-grabbing show. It's so pretty. Man, Gossip Girl's doing the rounds again. So weird. I remember like that being all the rage back in my high school days. No, college days? Maybe like the end of my high school days. When people still had flip phones. Yeah, I think because at least here in Holland, because Netflix re-released it, so now we have the issue of people copying Gossip Girl, like Gossip Girl accounts, cropping up on social media, and now real life Gossip Girl stuff is happening in Holland. Except less rich kids involved and more just like, oh, maybe they got pregnant from like the teacher or whatever. Yeah. Would have been more fun if it were just um, rich people stuff, to be honest. Like, oh no, where did she take their vacation today? This summer. Why is she not summering in Martha's Vineyard with the others? It's been a while, actually. I can't even remember what the storylines were about, except for like dating. Yeah, you know, kids. I mean, XOXO. That's what I remember. God, that's such a tweens thing. No, naughties thing to do as well. What do we call the 2000s? That's the naughties, right? Huh. I just did black eyes on this guy, and I kind of like the look. So I'm kind of wondering. I really wonder what the whole comic is going to look like once I'm finished with it, because I feel like the style is going to have changed like 15 million times. Just because I keep changing my mind on what I want the look to be. But oh well, I've just been preaching that you need to not care, so maybe I shouldn't care too much. What was Supernatural about again? It rings a bell, but wasn't it with like the two brothers or something? Was that Supernatural? Yeah. Oh, that was a cool show. Man, I get all nostalgic for those shows. I love those. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I haven't watched enough Supernatural for that, but why did it get weird? Season 10,000. I love the hyperbole there. Yeah, but wait, but what was the weird part? I can't remember. I just remember, like, story. I usually, it makes me think of Charmed, where at first it was like they had one power and then they got like multiple powers and they had like a husband and then they had to save the kid and isn't that like the death of every good show where it's like written, it goes like beyond what it's written for? Or go on for longer than they do. There was this show. What was it called? I think it was called like Five or something. It was about like supernatural people who got like linked as siblings psychically or something. Where there were 8, and they were like in completely different cultures and stuff, but that way they could lean on each other and like take over each other's bodies and minds to like take advantage of whatever it was that they needed to do, you know? But then Netflix like canceled it pretty early, even though it was like a pretty popular show. So everybody was kind of like, what the heck? I think they made a movie, but... Oh yeah, Breaking Bad, I think I stopped watching that, I don't know, in like the second to last season or something. How many seasons are there? Maybe the last or second to last season. Anyway, I stopped watching at some point. At some point I also just like found it, I don't know, depressing or something. I feel like I'm leaning a lot more towards either fantasy, or if it's like to do with like real world stuff, I want like feel good stuff, because there's so much shit going on in the world that I'm kind of like, I don't want to be confronted with all of those feelings when I'm like trying to entertain myself. Sorry, I can totally see that happening where you're like, what the hell am I watching? That's such a good feeling though, where you're like, I don't need to spend my time on this, and then just walk away. Man, these pages take ages to ink. I should look at other comics more and see how they handle this kind of stuff. Maybe they just like end up spending a lot of time on these kinds of pages. Like there's no way to avoid it, but somehow I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm doing more than I should in terms of like including I'm kind of like debating whether I want to include more detail to make it pretty or like frame things because I think it should be framed like in a wide shot, whereas I could also like get away with like a closer shot and not do a background or something. I think that like done quicker, not to be like done quicker, but to just tell the story quicker. In that sense, like doing a graphic novel instead of, sometimes I think if I just made a book for Netherrealms instead of a graphic novel, I would have been done already because I've all written like the whole story. I'm basically like writing all the dialogue and writing all the stuff, and then I'm like drawing it out all over again. What kind of idiot does that? The idiot who loves drawing. Oh, really? What kind of details did you skip? You said you don't know what to do with yourself. You could go back and paint more details on the minis. Sorry, no, Yitin, you're done. You're done. Just call it a day. Go paint some minis for your kid. Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's a really it's sometimes hard to like distinguish. I had that a lot at like my previous job where an art director was always like, you know, we need to our colleagues, like our clients, want us to spend all this time on this stuff, and it's all going to be details that nobody's going to notice except for us. So why are we like pushing past the deadline to do this stuff? So yeah, I get that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like every page is a learning experience in that sense with this comic. I tried doing some pages before I actually started to like develop a look or something, but a couple pages in, I was already like, well, I have new insights, or I don't like it anyway, or it isn't working in this scene, which means it's not like universally applicable, or yeah, my husband has something at work as well where he was like, well, we're dealing with something here, and I had to like fix it right away, but I'm not really sure that anybody's gonna notice. I fixed it for them, but I guess the whole point is also like having your colleagues, like the ones, if you have like, if you're dependent on colleagues for like production, that you can like rely on them to ask the honest questions, like, really, do we really need to spend time on this? Well, yeah, it's kind of like the balance between like, well, the deadline was this afternoon, and now you're coming to me with like, I don't know, that we need like a red background instead of like a blue one. It's airing tomorrow, so do we really need the blue background, or is that just like your personal preference and you want to push it through? Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not. It wouldn't be like an issue to say that, but if you're like an employee, exactly. Honestly, like if I ever become an art director, I'm actually already telling like my my art director friends, my good art director friends, who are like getting into roles like that I'm like, please do not become that guy. That guy that goes like, oh, I like this. Can we like change it to that? But we decided on version A like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, but I like B better. But yeah, that's like the cool thing about freelancing, that you can go like, well, you know, if you want me to do this, then make it worth my while. But as an employee, that gets a little hard. Yes, but in my experience, backing off usually doesn't happen unless there's like financial consequences. And oftentimes, I feel like production, like account managers, will not give financial consequences to clients because they're scared of like losing the client. Yeah, I mean, in a certain way, like it's not like the artist's responsibility. So in my case, I can usually like easily let it go, where I'm like, well, it's not my responsibility if you're like underselling the project and you know, giving it away too cheaply. But yeah, once it becomes a time crunch thing, then I mean, I don't even like, I don't work after a certain amount of time, not in the sense that like I don't want to, but I don't function anymore, you know, where you can ask me to do certain things, but it's just gonna be there like full of errors. It's gonna look shitty and whatever, just because I had to like either rush it or work on it while I was tired. So I'm kind of like, it's not even worth it to ask me to do that kind of stuff. Like, I'll be super productive and amazing and organized for like 40 hours a week, and outside of that, I just need time to recuperate. Oh, and you don't get to like maybe scoot that over to, I don't know, 9 to 6 or something. I mean, I think nobody's like productive 100% all day. I usually start with like kind of like emails and, you know, like social media post planning and that kind of stuff at the start of my day, because I also like I also get more productive or like more focused. Like, I would say maybe like from 10:30 to like maybe 6, 7 if I'm like really into something. So I usually just like start out with like the whatever tasks, and then do like the drawing stuff later. Oh yeah, with a kid, I get it. That you have to make sure that you're on their schedule. Did you guys like watch Critical Role? I just finished campaign 1 this weekend. And I'd already like finished campaign 2, but I started campaign 3 a couple days ago. And now I'm like, oh no, I'm like catching up. Well, I mean, missed the boat. There's new critters coming along every day. I just started watching, well, I have to say, I think I started watching in 2019. So wow. I've been spending 4 years catching up with the first 2 campaigns apparently. Wow. Oh yeah, sorry, yawn. Isn't the animated show? I think it's on Prime, right? We don't have Prime, so I haven't seen it. But I've seen some like trailers and stuff in the breaks on campaign 3, and it looks really, really awesome. Yes, is Lana your life goal? I haven't caught up, so maybe I'm like on episode 2 of campaign 3. So I haven't I've had my first glimpse of the character, but of the characters. But she is creepy as fuck. And I know like she does sound like there's like a heart of gold under there, but it's very funny that Laudna is like the first person that gets mentioned. Like antagonist for your like frame of reference, Laudna is like a character who goes like, well, I will take my form of dread, so I take this ichor and my eyes turn black and they start bleeding, and my ears start bleeding, and my jaw unhinges, and then Yithian comes by and says like, oh yeah, I'd love to be like Laudna. I know. I can tell. Like I can tell from the first 2 episodes. It's just really funny. Okay, hold on. My computer's telling me to take a break. So I'll do that, and then I'll be back for like the home stretch. I won't finish this page today, geez, but maybe I'll be able to finish like another panel before I leave. Anyway, be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, and Yathian stepped out. He won't hear me, but bye! Have a good one. Oh, nice. Kudos for actually like having a group to play with. I've been trying to find one for ages. Have you guys been playing long? I think it's Dwergar with an R, if I have to believe Baldur's Gate 3. So it's like you guys are rolling initiative right when you're starting the session. Am I understanding that right? That's so cool. I'm impressed that you guys managed to like get together even through like having a kid, then maybe also having kids. Oof. I hope you'll I hope you'll be able to like get in your long rest. Man, that sucks. Where you're like all out of spells, but you're not like really in a safe place. Yeah, see, and you guys like managed to keep going through all of that, man. That's a feat in itself, I think. I now picture you going through combat like shield, shield, shield. Yeah, honestly, I mean, even if you're low on health, yeah, well, I guess. Wait, was it you who went like, oh, I'm not sure if I can long rest, so I've been like the fighters have been chugging potions, or was it someone else? A ranged fighter. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, at least you can just, like, chug potions. If you still have them. I'm not sure how abundant potions are, though, in, like, every game. Honestly, like, compared to Baldur's Gate 3, I feel like potions aren't really like that plentiful in, for example, like Critical Role. But that's like the only D&D game that I've seen being played, honestly. Oh yeah. 7 days is it? Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I've made so many decisions in Baldur's Gate where I was like, if this were a tabletop game and we couldn't like, save to metagame, then I would definitely like not be risking this, or I would be in so much trouble. Oof. Level 8, that's like 60 hit points or something, right? Man. You're at 80 hit points, and then somebody gives you like a normal potion. You're like, 4 hit points. Thank you very much. I was so glad when my healers got mass cure wounds in Baldur's Gate. It's like, oh, finally can do some real healing. Really, that's an overstatement by 20%, man. Oof. Well, I'm going to pray that, or like keep my fingers crossed that you guys can get your long rest and pray. I've been playing too many clerics. I never say pray. Do you like watching D&D though, or is it just not for you? Because I just watched like the Critical Role cast just play like a one shot, and that was pretty fun. Where it was like, it was set in like that whole Critical Role setting, but it wasn't really you didn't really have to know the background to like get the entertainment from it, you know. Well, you might hold on. Let me, because this is also not the regular DM. Hold on. Where is it? Where's my stuff? There we go. I mean, you don't have to. Like, I have things I don't like. And I can totally understand where you're kind of like, well, you know, that whole Critical Role thing. I'm not going to spend like 200 episodes plus. No, probably more like 300 or 400 right now. Catching up with all that shit, because I know, you know, people have better things to do. But I thought, you know, since we're talking about D&D, I thought this was pretty cool. It kind of made me think of your the situation that your party is in right now, just because it has to do with like a mansion and castle and stuff. So very loosely associated, but kind of felt like that vibe. It might be fun to like watch the one thing. Yeah. All 15 of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like if you're not into it, then I totally get why you'd feel like no. It's like a project, you know. You'd have to like that would be the Friday date night movie thing for like 4 months, watching all of those. And then actually 5 months. So you take half a year to watch one movie every week. And then you've also got like the spin-off series. No. I don't know. I don't do that. Like, honestly, I don't even think it's fair to the video game or the movie. Because I feel like multitasking is a myth, basically. Like even that's the whole reason why I ink and I only stream when I'm doing like inking or flatting, because it's like and even when I'm inking, if I have to like think about something like how I want to do something, then I fall silent because I can't talk and think about drawing at the same time. So how would you like honestly be able to like take in 2 stories at the same time? Yeah, I honestly, I don't believe people who say that they can do that. I believe that they can like switch really quickly between 2 things. Oh, hey, Yathian, you're back. I didn't think you'd be back. But yeah, I dislike doing that, and I don't think it's, I've tried it sometimes. It's fun for like 5 seconds, and then it makes me like really anxious because I feel like I'm missing like a lot on both sides. So why even bother? Oh yeah, because that's what I was trying to say. Like, I think there's been like research, and like anyone that can claim that they can do that, anyone that claims that they can do 2 things at once is actually like switching really rapidly between 2 tasks. Yeah, that sounds like something like ADHD or ADD people could do. Then again, I'm really wondering like how much you actually take in that way, because you're like missing half, right? Like, you can't pay attention to 2 things at once consciously, I think. I feel like there's been research on that it's not possible. Maybe someone will come and correct me or grill me over this, but exactly, which is why I don't like to do it a lot. Like, streaming is like the rare exception where I'll actually like here now I'm doing it again. I'm going like because I'm focusing on how to draw this mouth. But yeah, I already noticed like even with this kind of stuff where I go for like the low hanging fruit, like inking and flatting, I already noticed that like through chatting with you guys, I'm much slower in my inking work just because I'm like, spending my time talking to you half the time, which is fine because that's what I'm here for. It's more than fine even. It's very fun, but yeah. Yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for distracting me from this thing called inking. Well, I mean, I'm kind of like enabling this behavior, right? If we're talking about in like parenting terms. Because otherwise I shouldn't be online in the first place. You're welcome. I mean, it's, you know, whenever you feel like you have time and energy for it, because it's there forever, or at least until YouTube decides to shut down. Or until Critical Role gets bought by Disney or something. Oh, yeah. Yes, we weren't done talking about that. You're kidding. Huh. I wonder if they took inspiration from it. Oh. Oh, really? You don't get to... Well, no, of course not if you got it from a Nautiloid. You don't get to make any more. How much ammo did you have? Yes, easy. Just find another Nautiloid. But wait, have you been like speccing your character to like be a ranged gunslinger, and then if you're out, then that's not a lot even. What will you do when you run out? Yeah, okay. But, okay, so how much is like the difference in like damage and cool stuff? It's always so annoying. I had this in Baldur's Gate where Karlach had like a weapon on her, and I was doing, I don't know, like 20 damage for something, and somehow I switched the weapon. I don't know, or I like a save crashed or whatever, and I didn't save while having that weapon on her, and all of a sudden I was doing like less damage and I couldn't figure out why. And that already, but that was like I don't know, 20, going from like 20 to 15. So I can't imagine you going from guns to back to a longbow. Oh, sorry, laser rifle. What was it? Yes, laser rifle. Oh my god. You better find another weapon in the meantime, man. No, it's for me it's very organized. I don't know how it's coming up on chat, on the rest of the chat, but for me it's coming up very organized. Laser longbow, yeah. That's a good idea. Yep, time to get that longbow enchanted or something. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you definitely need magic. It's kind of fun, like how the whole game account, like sometimes you do really need magic, and sometimes magic is just useless, and then you definitely need like your regular weapons and stuff. It keeps you from like specializing too much. Do you need to like... Oh yeah, but you need to recast that every time, right? Still, it's a lot less damage. Magical or no. Oh really? They also rated the Nodloid? Right. So if they have like a... Wait, but how would their... Because they don't have ammo, right? Except for maybe the rogue who has like a... I take it that the barbarian has like some kind of like axe or hammer or sword or something. Hmm. Yeah, it does sound like you're gonna have the biggest problem soon once that stuff runs out. Yeah, okay. So that, unless it like breaks or something. But yeah, that's like the issue with all kinds of weapons. Honestly, that's something that gave me like big anxiety in Zelda, like Tears of the Kingdom. For my, like, I felt like weapons were breaking so fast. That it was like, I am scared to use all these weapons because I feel like I need them all. Oh yeah, it's the same thing. Like, stuff breaks. Nah, it was just, I don't know. I actually, that's a game I haven't finished yet because I felt like I wanted to, so that's the one game where I was like, I don't want to face Ganon yet because I was worried that once I had done that final fight, I wouldn't want to like do the rest anymore because I think I remember from Breath of the Wild that it kind of like reverted to a state, like after you defeat the Ganon, the world reverts to a state of like just before you go into the final fight. And I remember being like, well, all of this is pointless now. And then I instantly didn't want to play the game anymore. So I've been like holding off on fighting Ganon in Tears of the Kingdom, but that also meant that like at a certain point Baldur's Gate came along. No, I think first, yes, that happened. Baldur's Gate came along, and then I didn't play Breath of the Wild at all anymore. So now I haven't finished that game at all. I don't know. I won't claim to be like an expert on game mechanics because I never was. Probably know more than some, but still. So I won't debate with you on that, but I definitely like get a lot of anxiety from that kind of stuff, especially from like weapons, like potions and stuff. I'm kind of like used to it, and you can always like buy more, but with Zelda and like the good stuff, it's such a, you never know if you're like gonna encounter that monster anymore where you got like the really cool spiky stuff that did a lot of extra damage, so you're kind of like scared to use it. Yeah, same. Well, potions less so, but definitely like all kinds of other hoarding stuff. Aren't potions a bonus action? Oh no, that's, oh yeah. No, I thought it was a bonus action to like drink it yourself and an action to give it to somebody else. Or is that just a Critical Role thing? I thought it was the same in, oh, right. Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Makes sense. I'm also being buried in scrolls in Baldur's Gate. But that's also because I'm very scared to use them. Because I'm like, what if I need it later? I mean, antagonist, don't you go around like swinging your sword and then drinking a potion at the same time? Like, anyone can do that, right? Yeah. That's exactly. Yep. Yep. That's how I do it too. Usually, like, when I use a scroll, it's like, oh my gosh, I really need Featherfall, but I forgot to prepare it, and the game is not allowing me to, like, open the spellbook to, like, prepare the spells. And I was like, oh yes, I have the scroll, but that's the only time I use it. Yeah, I'm also... Oh gosh, it's like 5:30 already. I'm gonna finish this guy's lines and then I'm gonna head off too. Thanks for hanging out. And have a nice lunch. Bye, see ya. You know, I think what's also like taking me a lot longer on these pages that like there's a lot of texture in these that I'm like that I've decided to ink in, like curly hair and furs and stuff. Oh, you're leaving too, antagonist? Like right now? I don't mind, but the end is gonna be like 2 more minutes. Don't worry, but sorry. I didn't mean to. I mean, it's kind of imminent. 2 minutes is kind of imminent, right? Like, if the world were to explode, then we would not be happy with 2 minutes. And of course, me stopping the stream is the same as the world exploding. Moose, I'm like 2 minutes away from stopping. But good morning. Thanks for joining the stream. No, I am not. I'm hungry. It's like dinner time for me. Exactly. You don't want me to be hangry. It's honestly an excuse I use, or an excuse, like a reason I give to my husband for like being super cranky. I'm like, hangry. Feed me or leave me alone. Excuse me? Is the the option is hangry or dead? I'm not allowed to be happy? There comes the ray of sunshine. I don't know, man. I still manage to be happy. I do. I'm not happy? What? I'm not happy. Why am I not happy? Oh. No. I am on the verge of hangry. That's the different, like, if I stay longer, if I stay for another 2 hours and 2 minutes, I will be hangry. That's different. Are you hangry? Yeah, I was angry because you're late. We didn't get to hang out. And now I'm drawing speech bubbles to make it last longer. Well, no, I was gonna say like pay me whatever and then I'll move to the States, but no, I won't. See? Gosh. Yeah, you missed all the D&D talk with like laser weapons and stuff. Antagonist was here. I wasn't alone. I wasn't the only crazy person awake before 11:30 a.m. in your time zone. That Shadowrun, is that like a module or what? Oh, that's a game. Isn't that a game? This is like totally going over my head. Oh, I totally missed that one. You know, it's still a big question in this program, like how do I change the color of this? Oh, there we go. Huh. Imagine that. Yeah, it made me think of Cyberpunk. What the heck? But it was a TTRPG. I think I'd like to try out more TTRPGs actually. We're like getting into the habit of doing like a board game night with some people, or a board game day, more like. Only we can't really do D&D with that group just because like the group isn't consistent enough. But yeah, it's fun to like try some standalone games with them. Also, we wouldn't have, if we were doing it with like the 4 people, then we wouldn't have a DM. Well, I mean, is it like ongoing Shadowrun? Like the TTRPG? I mean, it's okay. So, but then they are like coming out with like a second edition or a 5th edition or whatever. Oh, okay. Never mind then. I don't want to support trash companies. So kind of like D&D? I mean, honestly, isn't that like every TTRPG company? I don't think I'll ever like work for any TTRPG company again, just because like anything they offer is usually just so very far below anything you'd want to be paid. Oh yeah, The Witcher. We could do that too. That's true. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. We could actually do that soon. I will look into that. Thanks for that suggestion. If you play The Witcher, there's a 10% chance for there to be a sex scene. What are you talking about? In the TTRPG version? But that only works if, like, one person is Yennefer and the other one is Geralt, right? Who are the other two people gonna be? Geralt 2 and Yennefer 2. Or are they gonna just stand there watching? How boring. Anyway. What a high note to end this on. Oh, right. Tristan, yeah, he's called, he has a different name in, like, the series, in the series, and in the books, I think he's called, like, Yaskir or something. And then in the, in the games, he's called Dandelion. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, which one it is in the books. Well, I mean, talking is just faster than chatting, obviously. I won't hold that against you. Which is why, well, I mean, I also talk because I can't type and draw at the same time. That would, like, kind of be a pointless stream, but anyway, I'm going to head off. Moose, thanks for joining for 2 seconds. Maybe I'll see you stay angry. Maybe I'll see you next week. Will I be streaming next week? Yeah, I think so. I'll have like some new pencils to work on. Actually, I still have these pencils to work on, but these won't take me like another full stream. Anyway, okay. Thanks for joining, guys. And I'll see you later.